We are finally at the front-end application part, and it will be fun because now we will just use all the data that we created, and the data flow will be something useful. And I will be creating a React application with Vite, and I will also use Typescript. So let's get going. And I just need to, I'm at under some folder in my computer, and I'm just writing this command to create my React application. So I will call it ECMA, which refers to earthquake monitoring application. I'm just writing the command that Vite website is recommending. So I'm writing React TS. So I think this is correct. So we just hit enter. Right now it's creating this application boilerplate. Okay, now it's not doing that because it just asked me to write it. Package name ECMA, and I think it's ready. So I will use I use IntelliJ, so I will just open it, and that's it. So now we have lots of stuff that we actually do not need. So I'll just remove all of these. Instead, I can write here some div with hello. I don't need counter hook, and I don't need this. I don't need the logo from Vite. So you just clean up your code base, and I don't need this assets folder either. So you can just remove this, and I'm just opening my terminal, and I can just run npm install for the first time to have my node modules installed. And but it doesn't have index.html is here. Yeah, so okay, that took a little bit of time, but meanwhile I can try to find my logo, and I can just place it here, and I can just refer it here. So that will be like the icon of my at the tab of Chrome. So let's start Vite. Now I'm starting my local host. Now it just says hello. So and do we have the logo? Yes, we have this logo here. And okay, so I will also remove lots of CSS here, and under index.css I don't want this stuff either, just cleaning it up. This will stay as this, and readme, well, I will write this later, but I can just write now ECMA app. So that's it. Now we can just like install some package. I will use SAS, and therefore I will just like stop this now, and I will just write npm install save dev SAS. So this will install SAS for me, and then I can also like rename this to be a SAS file. Refactor. Done. So we also need to have Axios for our backend communication. So therefore I'm writing npm install Axios, and just hit enter. And there's one more thing. I just want to use actually some design system in my application, and it's called Jökull. So it's yeah, in Norwegian, because it's made of a Norwegian insurance company called Frontend, but you can find more information here. But I will just now type some of the stuff to install Jökull packages. I mean, I won't benefit this design system a lot, but it will just give me some stuff for free. So I'm just writing the commands to install the design system. Now we will do a few tricks to make it work. It will give me some mono package, and I will just use it. And at the same time, maybe I can just go to my index.css and I can add some global styles. So I can just write here, meanwhile, global styles. I can just write like margin 0, padding 0. So we just get a control of all the spaces. Box sizing will be a border box. And another hack, it's not a good practice, but I'll just do it because we are making a simple app. I just want all the links that I will create. I just want them to have black color. That's it. So, and at the same time, we can just. I also want to have some font family from Google Fonts. So, I used previously a font family called Montserrat, and then we can just get the embedded code here. I think I can just copy code here, and I will add this to my index.html. Okay, maybe here. So, and I can also, meanwhile, while I'm here, I can write ECMA. Okay, just ECMA is enough. I think it's good enough. So, and we can use this font family that we've just imported. So Montserrat, and if it's not working, so sans serif. That's good. So we can check our hello. Oops, because I did not. Okay, now I see that the font family, it's been used. So that's good. Okay, I was working with Urquell stuff, right? So we can just get there and we can add some of these packages that are needed. So I will install, I already installed, okay, let me check my package.json. So Urquell is here, and Axios is here, and I also have SAS. That's good. So I will just like import those styles for Urquell packages, and you just need to do it this way. So Urquell and styles and core Urquell. So you just get the core of it, and this one. And I know that I will already use those 3 other like components from the design system. So I will just like import them so that we don't get puzzled afterwards. So it's just like style components. So I will use a tag component from their design system. And I will also use, maybe it's easier to do it this way. So I'll just get a loader that will be used meanwhile we are fetching the data from our backend, and there will be a message when things get wrong. We can show this error message if our system is down. So we will do it. So we can write a few lines in our app.tsx file. So what I want to do is I want to create, actually I have a screenshot of my final application. So I want to create something like this. So I want to show latest earthquakes on one card, maybe like 20 or 30 of them. So, and then among all the data that I receive from my API, I want to sort them by their magnitude. And then I will show like the most critical or highest magnitudes on top, and I will call this also like a component. So, but maybe we should just like put some basic stuff into our app.tsx so that it will have some layout. So I just call it like div class name app, and then we will have the basic structure, right? So we just need a header and main and a footer. So in the header I just want to have h1, so that will say earthquake monitoring app. Oops. Earthquake monitoring app. I call it ECMA here. And then what else can we do? We just before I start with it, I just want to add some footer information, because I mean this Kandil Observatory, they have some text here written, some legal stuff that you please do not use. They say our data without our knowledge, but I'm just using it for educational purposes right now, so that I just want to give a reference to the application that I'm creating. So because we are going, we will go public snart, so public soon. I'm saying some words in Norwegian. On this website are collected from, I can write this. So Kandili Observatory for non-commercial purposes, I would just say. So we just like point out to their website as an origin, so that everything will be safe. So that's it. So let's have a look. Okay, we definitely need some styling here. So app.css, it's imported, so we can just like start by app selector, and I will have everything like this header and main, and then there's also at the bottom like this footer to be like a display flags, so that it will be in column fashion. So display flags, and then flags direction will be column. So I also want to just like justify content to center and align items and in center, so that yes, this is what I want to do. And then we can give some space, we can give some air to the header, for example. You can have margin like to top and bottom like 1 rem, and nothing on the left or right side. And then we can also text align center, so that would help a little bit. So okay, that looks good, but why? I don't have a cursor pointer, so I don't like how it looks, but I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe it's because I'm recording the video right now, that's why I'm not seeing it, so that's why I guess it's not necessary. So if we get back to styling of the stuff that we have under app, so we can have some styling for main, and we can say its minimum height will be like 90 VH. So, and the footer will also have some spacing of RAM to 0. Yeah, so now I have space here to add my components. So far so good. And now we can just like fetch the data, but I want to do like some few small things. Like first we are under source, and then we can create some folders, so that we will need some components folder, And then I will also have some utilities folders that I will populate some more files under those. And under utilities, I can have file called like api.ts maybe. So .ts. So this, under this file, I mean, I will be calling the Axios. I will make my Axios call here. So it will have some function, and I will call it like get EQ logs to get the logs. And it will be, of course, a synchronous function. So what we want to do here is like we just need to create a response, and then we will return the data in this response, right? This is what I want to do. So I will use also like Axios, and this will be like an await here, and then I will use Axios. I think I can import it this way. So get, and it will get some data type, but I'm not going to write it now. And it will just like call, but it's somehow not working this way. So I think I can just like, I don't need this. Like that. So this will be like the address that I'm using here. It will be my API call. So I see that it's still working, and I think no new earthquake occurred ever since. So we will just like contact this entry point, and I think that's it. That's, we can just write it more pretty this way, and then we will just return this data. And as you see that I don't have any try catch block here right now, but I just want to just see some data there. And I like using types while I'm working with Typescript, so that we just need to have some type right for the data that we are communicating. So I will like categorize my interfaces like in two categories. So like data traffic from external, and then components. For components, I will write some interfaces as well. And I will just like write it some like export interface. I just want to define actually, like I want to create an attribute which is matching with the data types that I created on my database, like for timestamp string, and then depth will be a number, etc. So, and I just call this as I earthquake, or I just write Q log. So I just write depth will be a number, and timestamp will be a string. So longitude will be number, and latitude also. And we need location as a string, and we need magnitude, which is maybe the most important attribute. So this is good. So what I receive here is an array of this object, right? So that I managed to describe it here under this interface. So I can use it on my API while I'm getting the stuff, and just mean that this is an I earthquake log type, and it will be an array of it. So then we can just like get this data for our consumers. So we just need to like fetch this data in our app. I'm planning to like just like get it here, and then I will send it to these children components. Like I will create one component called like latest earthquakes for this one, and then top 5. I will just send the same array to both of them. But first I need to get it, and I just need first a hook, and I just like call it like all earthquakes, I call it, and then set all earthquakes. And now we can use a hook, so it will be like the same type, so it will be an array, and then while we are initializing it, it will be an empty array. So then I want the data to be like loaded with a use effect on component did mount time. So as you know that you cannot call any wait function like here, like get EQ logs inside use effect. So I do a trick here. So we just do it this way. So we create a function, and then we add an async call inside this function with a new function. So now I can just like get the stuff. And I will just, here I want to use this try except block, try catch block, because this is not Python anymore. So we get them, and then we put them into something called like logs here. And then I also set my hook when things go perfectly fine, and write it like this, and then I say okay, if there's a catch, so there will be an error. Okay, and we can just do it if it's like, okay, let's do again the error handling part. So if it goes fine, we will just update this hook, and then I will use it at my return with some loop under the main. But if there's a problem here, we can say, because this one is just returning a promise now, right? So it will return some data. But in case that if it doesn't do it, I'll just like do it like an empty array. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe just leave it like this way. So if an error happens, I want to like set another hook here. So I can just like write it like const is error and set is error. So this will be a boolean. Use state, and it will be a boolean. And now in the beginning, of course, it's false because we just hope there will be no error. But if there is an error, so we just like set is error to true. And finally, in the final part, like both cases, I also want to implement the loader. So I will set a loader like true before I start, so that when it is finalized here, it will be like set loader false here, even though it fails or it's a successful call. So I just create a new boolean. Maybe I call it here. So set loader, and this will be true, because whenever we start the application, so it will be like showing the loader first, and then later on it will be false if there is an error or not. So I think I have a good use effect structure here, and now I can just like start with the maybe like just a simple block that I just want to show. I want to just like dump all the stuff. So if there is no loading and if there is no error, I will be just running my loop. What was it? Maybe I should call it like loader, but is loading or something. So I can just like refactor it. Okay, done. So is loading, and then we will be doing something here. So we can just like call for now a map like all earthquakes. Why am I not getting it? No, because I'm doing it wrong. So I'll just call it like EQ, and then I will be giving them like inside the div EQ dot location. Okay, so maybe I just like, I mean, let's see if it's working. So it's here, yes. So we are able to like fetch the data and send it all. So in the network, yes, I need to set a key for every item, but I think I will just delete this code. So if you do this and then set fetch xhr, and then we see that we get, for example, 134 earthquake logs right now. So we just like do this. My main development will be here under, actually right under this branch, but I will just implement the first, like if things go wrong, or maybe we can just like start with our loader first. So if loading is on, so then we will just like use design systems loader for free. So I just so this is the component that's coming from the design system. So it has a lot of features, but just like use some of it, and then we just write here some description as it said. So fetching ECMA logs. So that's what we will be doing. And they have also another attribute. I think it's also mandatory. So I want to use it like large variant. So if we, I think it's, if we set it to some throttling here, it will take some time, but the loader will be visible in maybe 5 seconds. Yes, now the loader is here. So, and then it disappeared and the data is there. So if we also crash it on purpose, I will do it soon. So if there is an error, I want to use another design system component called error message from Yökül, and that will be like showing some text. So our service is down. So I can also use some emoji here, like emoji and sad. Okay, sad and crying here. But we need to also give some prop configuration for this component, and it will be like full width to be false. So also dismissed to be false. So now I will just break this. I will just, if I refer to some wrong API address, of course, it will crash. So, and I just stop this throttling. Yes, so now our service is down. It thinks it is down, but it's not. So just like set it back. So now this is also in place. So this is something. So now I just don't want to implement more stuff under app.tsx, but I just want to use it to talk into some other different components, like where I will be having my cards, right? So I just need some div section here instead, and it will be like I will add my new components there. So I will just call it like this way. I'm using BAM notation while I'm writing CSS, so I don't like tailwind. So I think when you add so many different like attributes with the DOM, I don't like how it looks. I mean, the code is not readable. So you know, it's also like comfortable while you're writing it, but reading it, I think it's like more important. So I will have something called like cards here under my app. So, and I just want to like style it in advance so that it will be also like some display flex there, and I just want to like get these. So I can just like maybe do it this way. So cards. So it will be like display flex. So I hope you are not lost here. So we are now implementing like these app cards. It will hold these two cards inside of it, and I want some like spacing here, etc. So therefore I'm just like using a display flex there, and then I will be using like flex direction, some row. It's not necessary, it's default is row, but I'm just writing it. So, and I can have like a gap between them, like 1 rem. So now we have some CSS there as well. So here inside of it, I can have some component that these two components that I will create soon, they will be placed in there. So I can just like clean up a little bit. So I think I don't need this one anymore. I don't need this. I don't need this either. So let's create our first component then. So I just like call it latest earthquakes. So, and then I will create one Typescript file and also like one CSS file, SAS file for it. So I'll just call it again like latest earthquakes .tsx, and then that's it. So we just need to, like, we already fetch this data in our hook under app, right? So we just need to like fetch this or like send this as a prop into this component. So I'll just like write latest earthquakes, and then I want to make it like a functional component, and I will write a proper signature for it later, and then I will get some props here. So, and I'll just like export default latest earthquakes. So I can also, before I forget it, I can write this styling import, and now I can just write a new interface here. Call it export interface. Okay, that was weird. You are not supposed to get this here. So I will be like calling this interface here. So it's complaining because it doesn't return anything right now. So we can just have it here, hello again. And it will be receiving, I think, only one prop. It should receive only the all earthquakes, like this one. And I just write it here, and its type is iEarthquakeLog or iEarthquakeLog array, so that we will be sending like the whole array into this, and I just like receive it here, all earthquakes. So I can just call this here, so with the proper prop, and that's it. So now how does it look? Okay. So now it's receiving what we want to deliver here. So here we can maybe just like console log the data to make sure that we don't do anything wrong. Yes, everything is an object. Yes, the data is here and it is sorted. So what we need is here another div, and I will call it like latest earthquakes. Bank. So, and I will create also like this selector here. So that will have a div, and inside of it I want to get I will put h2 header. So I will call it like latest earthquakes, and then under it we will have another div where we have a list. I can copy this. Okay, that will be my list. So under this I will be having like list of items. So now I can call this all earthquakes. But now, okay, let's map it first and see earthquakes or just earthquake. And I will just write the type here, earthquake log, and I will give it also a number, ID index number. So now I'm just like looping. I will be looping through this like I did in under app.tsx. So I will just like write maybe like a list item, and then we call it earthquake dot location and earthquake dot magnitude. So magnitude, and then I don't care about the IDX yet, so I just want to see this. So this is okay, so it's working. So Midilli Adası Ege Denizi, it's 3 and now 2.8, and if I refresh the page here, so it's the same. So it's working fine. And so actually we need a reusable component. As you see here, like these two are exactly the same, and they will do exactly the same work, and they will receive exactly the same data type. So maybe I just leave this one here like that. So I create a new component, and then I will call it here later. So I will just call this one as log raw, and it will be like more or less the same thing I will be doing here, log raw.tsx. And I think we also need a SAS file again, because we will need some styling here, and log raw.sas. So this one, it will be just like showing us logs, right? And then it's supposed to receive just a single row, like just one of these as a prop. So maybe I can also write the interface here, like export interface I log raw, and then I call it earthquake log maybe, and its type will be I earthquake log. So yeah, so if we go back to log row, and then we just write our component again, I can just maybe copy paste this one, it will be very similar. Okay, I will just copy it all and then fill it out. So you can just remove this, we remove this, we write here log row, and then return log row, and then that will be okay, log row. So now it should recommend me, and of course we don't make any mistake here. So this will be a row, but I will be returning this. I just want to destruct this big object right now, so we will be receiving almost everything inside of it. So we will just split it, so I don't want to receive earthquake log all the time, so that I just get depth and magnitude and location and timestamp, longitude and latitude. So now everything is split up. So now I have lots of stuff that I can make something useful. And now I just create again like a div dot log row, and inside of it, so okay, what do I need to do here? So I need to create like again display flex with one cell here and the second cell here. Then I can divide this into two, I think. So we can just like show magnitude like this right now. For now it will be writing the magnitude here. So I will just call the other part as log row info or something. So because this is the most important info is this one, and the other ones I can call them like details or info, something else. So what we need to do is here, like we also need some like two cells here. So one of them will be like the top one will be the location, and the bottom one will be timestamp and the depth. And I'm just like prioritizing this stuff in my design, so that we can have this one, and here I will have like location for now, and then here I will call this location, info location, and the other one will be info other. So we go from the most important to the least important thing. I mean, I know that the timestamp is also important, but where it happened and how strong an earthquake is, I think it's the most important information. So that I just got called this info other, and here I will have timestamp and depth in kilometers. So right now, without styling, it doesn't probably look good. Yeah, because I just didn't call it, right? So I'm calling the latest earthquakes here, but I'm not calling here the log row. So I should call it. So earthquake, I just call it this way. And will this be enough? I'm not sure. So yeah, it's giving me some warnings. Probably did, yeah, that's why. So now it shows what I want to see. Here, let's check the DOM. Like I have rows, and I have magnitude, and then other info in separated divs. So that's pretty good. And but I don't want, I mean, I think this list is also like too long. It's like we don't need to do this totally. So we can just slice it by some limit, and before I map it, I can use this slice function. So then I will just like call it a limit, and then I call it limit here maybe. Like I just want to show like the first 5 earthquakes. That's it. So now we have only 5 logs here. So that's good. And I can just continue to style things here. So I think we will use lots of display flex, so get used to it. And I just want to have between those 2 cells that are like horizontal, I want to have like a half gap there, half RAM gap, and I want to have some padding, like 1.75 RAM. So how does it look? Yeah. So, and then for the info part, because we have this info, and that will be top to bottom, so that it will have also display flex, but it will be a column one. And I just write here info display flex, and flex direction will be column, and gap will be half RAM again. Yeah, now it's like located. So our timestamp, it's not pretty. So I think that is good for the log row part. So what I need to do is I will use this log row also on the other one, so that should be like doing work on its own. And we have like longitude and latitude, and these are like also like very useful data. I mean, in the original one they are just like dumping it, and I just don't want to show this at all to the client. I just want them to be like usable links, and then I can use them for a Google Maps link with the, some zooming into it. So therefore I will just like let's style this. Let's create a new component then. So I just create a new component called like location link. So I will just send this data into with longitude and latitude, and it will just do the work. It will make it like a pretty link. So I call it location link. So I create a Typescript file, and I need, maybe I just don't need a SAS here, because I will just create a link here. So I just do again some, okay, I will just copy from this one, and we can remove this one, that one. So just location link. So I need a new interface that I will call it iLocation link, and it will receive some stuff, these parameters that I will create. So we go back to the interfaces and just copy this one, and I call it iLocation link. So it will receive location info, which will be string, and then we will get latitude, which will be a number, and longitude, which will be also a number. So I can just import this one for free and call it location, latitude, and longitude. So I will use those. So what will we do here? Actually, we will just return some anchor. So it will have a graph, of course, and I will just give the location here somehow, so that my link, I just want the Google Maps URL. So I can just like create it. I mean, I can just like create a const here like Google Maps URL, and then I can just like write the rest of the stuff here. But I just want to have like a small function that I will call it get Google Maps URL, and it will have a default value like zoom 8. I tried this earlier, it looks good on the map. So I just want to return some URL here, and this URL will be with I'll just type it as I do, HTTPS, and it will have google.com and then /maps and place. And I will, since I'm using backticks, I can do some interpolation here with the latitude and longitude values and longitude. So, and then we continue with at, yeah, and actually like the same thing. So, and then we will also give the zoom value. And it will be that Z at the end. So this will return me my Google Maps URL. And I think I'm just now verifying the URL, and I think it's correct. If it's wrong, so we will already test it shortly. So I will just return it this under this ref. So I don't need to specify zoom because I want it to open a new tab on the browser, and it will be like this. So let's see if it's working good. Okay. So now this one should be clickable, but it's not because I probably did not use it yet under log row. So I will be using it on my log row component, and then I just need to like call it with the proper props. So I just call it location link, and it will be location and latitude here and longitude here. So now, yes, we have the links now. So it happened in Midilli Adası, and yeah, so this latest earthquake just happened here in this location. So I gave it like, if we change the zoom level here to be like 12, so I think it will be closer. So now it's closer, but I like it 8 default is good. So as you see here, we also have a small problem, like because this is an academical work also, and then it's best, I mean, like to show the numbers even though it's like the magnitude is 3 to point it like 3.0. And I will also like fix it soon, and also it helps us with the design so that you see that this one is like heading to the left, and we can also fix this. So if we go back to the log row, we need to also like the format the timestamp here. So because right now it doesn't look pretty at all. So it's just, this is like very similar to the format that they are outputting here, and it's not very much readable. And I don't think I'm like, for example, I'm not interested in this year data, because it's, if I'm checking here the latest earthquake, I know that it's the 2025. So I'd better create a helper function. So I will create a couple of helper functions under this file. So I will call it like helpers.ts, and then I will call it like export const format date. So this will help me to format my date string. It will be like this. So sorry for this small noise, and it will return us a string here. So like this, and I just get date here as a new date object, date string, and then we will get parse month value and date dot to local string, and it will be like, I just want to make it in English. And I get the month here with the so we also need to get the day. We just need to get the day here. Date dot get date, and we need the hours, which is quite important. Get hours dot to string, because I think this is returning me some number. Yes, and I want to like pad only like pad start, like to. Because if it is like hour is 9, so I want to write 09, so that's why I'm writing this, and then I will do something similar also with the minutes. So we can again copy paste here. We just change this one to get minutes. So this is good. So now I need another interpolation here with some backticks, and I will be returning this to match this look like month, day, time, and then later on I will also add that. So it will be like month, and maybe I should have copied this. So okay, so we have month, day, comma, and then we have the hour and minutes here. So this should work fine. But I remember when I was implementing it for the first time, there was a problem, but I will like show it to you soon. But first let's see that it is working. So instead of timestamp here, I will be calling this function like format date, and I will import it from my helpers. Now I will put the timestamp here, and then we can see it here. So now it says April 15, 18, 27. I don't care about the CET or any other time zone. I'm just using the local time zone that they're giving to us so that it's easier for debugging. And our actual like target audience are already located in Turkey, but of course I don't think that my application will be very popular, and I don't want it to be popular. So we have now formatted date, and the kilometer, if I check the I think we need one more comma there, so while we are using it, but I don't think I can just like put it here. So now it looks exactly the same. So what else can we do? So we have some stuff here, but now our magnitude, it doesn't look good because it's just a number, and I like this colorful tags here, and I will use again Gökül design system to do it, but first I need a new component that I will call it as magnitude. So just copy it first and then create it. So I create my Typescript file, and then I don't think I need some styling here for because I will just like write it again, magnitude, and then I guess I need a interface here as well. So we don't need any of these now. So what will this magnitude tag do? So it will just give me a tag that this design system is creating, right? So sorry for this messy code, but I'll just like do it now. I'll just clean it up. So I don't need this one either. We don't need any of these. We can again say hello here, and we don't need this. And let me create it. This interface here under interfaces. So this is a new component, so that I create a new interface for it. Okay. And this will only receive the magnitude number as a prop, and then we will just use it. So I write here magnitude this time. So it should just return me these. Okay, let's do it only like I need an if scope here. If the magnitude is larger than, for example, 7 degrees, so we should return something, and then else we return hello, for example. Okay, so I will return an error tag from design system URL. So, and it works this way. It's very simple. So we just write here like the magnitude, and I mean, I hope I don't find out large earthquake happening right now, but therefore I put it to like, if it's larger than 1, I mean all earthquakes happening there are like larger than 1. So it didn't happen because I didn't use it yet. So I should use it here instead, this magnitude tag. Why am I not receiving this? I probably forgot something. Magnitude. So this one. Local constant. Okay. Now it's okay. We made a mistake because now it's thinking that it's this prop. So okay, I should change the name of my component. I did something wrong, so I will rename it magnitude tag. I call it. Okay. So we rename it here as well. Yes, please refactor it. So now it should work. Okay, we just return it like this to make it happy. So now everything is like a major incident. Now it's working, it's just showing me. So I don't like this single digit thing. So I will just like fix it now. So let's get like a string magnitude, like local variable, and I'll just call it like magnitude.toString because I'm receiving a number here. And if magnitude string.length is 1, so that I will make some modification on it. I will add .0 at the end. So there will be magnitude string. And I will just get const mag later on, like I will be parsing to float that magnitude string. So now I can use this mag as a variable here. So if it's okay, now I will just like do it like this way, still like to show that it's working. It doesn't, because we should also put it here. What did I do wrong here? magnitude to string, and I just get the length, and then I edit. But I think I should, yeah, I should use the string here. Now it's working. So now it's fine. So what we should do is actually I want to write another like a sort of pseudocode or a table to show you, like, because I want to use different colors from Yokur's tag page. They have several tags, like 5 different colors, and then for 5 different use cases, but I will use them. I just want to benefit them because of their color. So if it's less than like 2, then I will be using like a green for micro earthquakes. So if it's between like 2 and 4 magnitude, so that I will be using gray, and it's a minor earthquake. So if it's also like between 4 and 5.5, I will be using a blue color, and I will call it like moderate. So, and if it's between 5.5 and between 6.4, so it will be a red and major earthquake. So we just need an if scope here. So I will just like write it, and if it's less than 2, so I will be using like this success tag, because I want them to be green, and then else if it's like between 2 and 4, if magnitude is equal 2 and magnitude is less than 4, so that I will keep this else at the end. So I will be keeping the like just tag here, and it will be magnitude string again. So I just need to import this. I think it's here, yes. So we can also write this one shorter. That's good. So you can just like copy this, and I will just fill it out. So if it is between 4 and 5, so if it's larger and equal to 4 and 5.5, so I will be using the info tag, this one. And if it's between 5.5 and 6.4, so we will be using warning tag, which is yellow. And if it's else, then it will be an error tag, which will be red. So now we should see more colors there. Yes. So there is only one in these last 5, among these last 5 earthquakes that occur. So there is only one which is like green under 2, and the others are like grayish. So I think this component will just do the work. Maybe I can just like delete my comment here. So I think we should be happy with this. And it all started here, right? Like we started with this log row, and then I created the location link and then magnitude tag, and we did some formatting. So we did a quite good job, so that I can just like go back to these latest earthquakes and then just finalize the layout here. So I think what we need now is just some, I can also delete this one. We just need some CSS styling, and there is not much more to do for this one. And I don't remember if I wrote some CSS here. No, I didn't, but I just left it on. So I just want to have like border like shown in this picture here, and it will be very quickly 1 pixel solid black, and border radius will be like 1 rem, and I can have some padding inside of it. And I want to have like both. This is actually, now I'm writing a bit forward, but I want these two boxes to have like the same width. So therefore I'm writing flex 1. And here I will add these top 5 components as soon we will create it, so that there will be under this app card, so there will be like only 2 things. So, and then we can just like style our list as well under it. So where we are listing stuff, so that it will be just like display flex, and flex direction is column. So we have this list here, so that where we are putting all the log rows. So now let's see how it looks. Now it looks very similar to what we have, but we have missing one more thing. As you see here, like when they are writing down the location, actually this is more important because this is the name of the city. This is more critical, and some of them have these inside the parentheses, and some of them they don't have it. So they, here for example it's written that just agency. So I just want to, like here it's written Greece, and I just want to prioritize it here like I did it here in this design, so that it is bold, and then the others are like part of the like more specific location is like on the right side. So I just need another helper function which will be where we will be like working with the string, and maybe like it could definitely like help our users to increase the readability of the application, so that people will like just see things easily. So this is our like location link, right? So we provided here like this URL, and I just want to format this location. So I create a function here. So format location, and it will also receive a string, but it doesn't need to because we already have this prop, and it will be just running here. So I just call it here format location, and it will return a string, and I want to just like scrap this data, and I call it like left parentheses from location index of like left parentheses first. So if I know this location, so I also want to know the same way like the right parentheses location. So I call it like this. So now I know where to substring my city name, but as I said, like some of these they don't have any parentheses like this one, or this one. So then I should have a fallback mechanism. I should say, okay, if left parenthesis is like bigger than -1, so because if there is no left parenthesis, then it will just index of function will return me -1. So if there is some like left parenthesis, so that I will get this right parenthesis actually. So that's why I use it. Otherwise we will do something else. So we just get like first we will extract the left side string. So I will be using again location, but with substring function, and then I will use. So what I'm doing is this. So I know this location. So I start from here and I get this. Okay. So from 0 until left parenthesis. Then I also trim it. So to remove the last space. So now I have left side of the string. I have this. So then I also extract the city. So const city equals like location dot substring. So now I should start from the left parenthesis +1 until right parenthesis, and then I trim it also, just in case. So now I have also like this city, but here it's not city, but it's like more generic location of the earthquake. So now I have also like the city. So I've just returned it in some format. So we just okay, let's do it this way. I just use it like strong, and then it will be city here, and the rest of it will be like left side of the string. So else we just send the location the same way without left side string, because that means there is no parentheses, so we just write it like that. But I should not write city here, we should just write location the same way it is. So now let me check it. Here, yes, now the right side of the string, like behind the parentheses, it's prioritized. Also, we just got rid of 2 more characters, and it's working quite good. So what else can we do? Yeah, we should create this top 5 component. So I create a new component called top 5. The same way like the others, top5.tsx. And I believe we will also need some CSS for this one as well. And so I just like write here in .css, and yeah, we just it will be very similar. I could have, I mean, this design, it already shows that they are very similar stuff, but I'm just like, I don't want to complicate things more. So because we will just like stop like the development part of it here, and what we need is just like something very similar. And again, this time I will not copy it, I will just write it. Okay, top 5, and then call it like react.fc. Okay, we will give it an interface like top 5. This will be actually exactly the same, but I'm just trying to follow some of the good practices here, because it will receive exactly the same like latest earthquake does, right? So it will only receive all earthquakes, but I just want to keep them separate from each other. So we can write it here, export interface I top 5, and it will have the same data inside. So we can give all the earthquakes with the correct signature, and then we export it top 5. That's good. So what I want to do here is, of course, I will return some div again, and I will call it top 5. Let me copy this and I put it inside for further implementation. But what we will do here, it's not very interesting, but I mean, we will just sort it. So let's assume that we have some sorted array which is looping through all earthquakes that are being delivered from the backend API, and then I use the sort function. And but first I need an compare function, right? Because I need to compare those, and based on their magnitude, like a dot magnitude and b dot magnitude. So I need a helper function to write a typical compare function. So I'll just do it here, export compare, export const compare, and I will be just writing a typical helper function here. So it will be receiving like 2 numbers, that's all. So that I just like define them like as a number and b number. And then what we do here is like, if a is less than b, then we return 1. Else, or I can just write if again. So if a is larger than b, then return -1. And else it's like if they are equal, so return 0. So this will help us while we are looping through to compare them. So I can just import it here. So we are like sorting them based on their magnitude with this function, and then we can just like, okay, I won't do this console log because I believe it will work. So we can just like use this sorted, and it will just return, like we will again like slice it because we just want to get the 5 items there, right? So between 0 to 5. So I'm creating a new array and then I'm mapping through it. So I call it like earthquake, and as an earthquake log and an IDX at the end. So because we need also a key index. So what we will do is we will just call the same component that we created. So it's called log row, and it will receive earthquake as a log, and I need to give the IDX for React, and that may work, but we just forgot to add also title. I just call it like top 5. Now I don't have it because I forgot to call this top 5 inside my app.tsx. So here I had opened this new line, so I just call it here top 5, and then the same signature, we are like importing it, and now we have it here as well. So what I should do is, like, I know I'm doing like I'm working against the dry principle here, but it's just a small app. So what we need to do is we just need to do similar to what we did at latest earthquake CSS. I think I can just like steal it from myself and call it top 5. Nope, it doesn't work because I have stuff that I forgot here. Okay, no, I deleted something wrong. So I just need to import dot top 5 CSS. Yes, now we have the something which is very similar. So the latest earthquake that occurred is in Amasya. It's a city in Turkey, and we can click this one as well, and now we are zooming to the correct coordinates, and so far so good. So what I want to do is, like, I want to expand these latest earthquakes now. So I just go to, because I think I had also like put there 5 limit, instead we can do it like 20. Now this one also grows, so which is not good at all, but I know like how to fix this, that it's a bug. And so what we should do is, okay, I will just like close lots of stuff here because I opened every file and I rarely close them. So I think we should be working here. So we need a bug fix for that. So it will be, I think we don't have a list here that I copied, so that's not necessary. We just remove this one, and we need a media query. So this happens in the desktop version. I will show you also like how we fix it for the small thing for mobile view. So I'll just call it like align self and flex start, so that it doesn't grow with the other. Yes, this helped. But if we look at it with small screen, so it's not really pretty. So what we should do is, like, we should change our CSS, so that it will just like start like putting some like flex direction. I also want to change here, so because now it's rows and I want to make it like column if it's mobile. So what I should do is like under here, like under cards, I will write again a media query, and with width again I'm using 920 pixel. So if it's less than, I also make it here like this. Okay, I can also write here. So bug fix for desktop, growing cart, and we can just like put it here, and then we can change the padding, and also we will be writing cards as flex direction, column, actually column reverse, because I want the top 5 to be on the top. So I'll just use it, actually iPhone 12, this looks better. Yes. So now because I'm using column reverse, it's on top 5 is on top, and if we use on desktop, so it's latest earthquakes are on the left side, and if you make it like smaller screens, so it will be on top. I think we are almost done, and I don't see any other thing that we should implement. So we should just like build this application and just upload it to our S3 bucket.